The Royal Guards are an iconic symbol of Britain and are highly trained soldiers tasked with protecting Buckingham Palace. But even though their job is serious, some tourists treat them like characters at a theme park. Let me tell you, when someone gets in their way, these guards don't mess around. They will stand their ground and take action if they need to. She didn't learn from the first bite. She continued to provoke the horse, which responded with a bite she couldn't escape. Well done to the royal horse. She thought she could invade the Royal Guard's personal space, but got bit by the royal horse. When will these tourists learn? This arrogant jerk imitates the Royal Guard and even stands in his marching path. What happened to acting like an adult? She tried to hold his sword. People really don't seem to realize that these guards ain't actors. They are trained soldiers. The king's horse proceeds to bite these tourists as payback for getting too close. This tourist tests the guard's patience by standing in his way. Doesn't he realize these guards are on duty? She acts surprised when she gets screamed at by the Royal Guard like she wasn't asking for it by invading his personal space.
Do not touch the king's lifeguard!
This guard lost his cool with this disrespectful crowd. Stay away from the arches and stop acting like a child, or you will be treated like one and be put in your place. These disrespectful tourists had to be told to back off by this lady. If she wasn't there, they would have continued to invade the guard's personal space even though he told them to get back. If you do not show them respect, then don't visit the country.
Get back!
Excuse me. No pictures by the guard. This is your maximum distance.
This king's horse has finally had enough of these tourists getting too close to him. It serves them right. Do not get close to the Royal Guard.
Stay clear of the archway!
Do not mess with the king's guard because they are not afraid to correct your disrespectful behavior.
He was looking at you. He was looking at you.
This royal guard is fed up with these tourists' behavior, so he presses the emergency button to alert the officers near him. The royal guard is on duty and not in a show. Respect him at all times. When will tourists realize that this is not Disneyland?
Get back! Safely, Archie!
This is why you should never cross the line.
Safely, Archie!
The royal guards are not afraid to put you in your place. Always stand clear of the arches.
Get off the road! Yes, it's all good.
The royal guard showed these tourists who's the boss. What part of "do not touch the horse" do these tourists not understand?
So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Lovely. Who would like to go next? Touch the horse, which is the king's property. So 1, 2, 3.
Don't crash the
Don't
horse.
touch the horse. So 1, 2.
Don't crash. Con la lancia, guarda.
一会儿就好了啊，一会儿看视频的。原则上是不让碰的，尤其不能碰的是血的时候。这个小兵已经很有，太烦了吧？烦死了。啊，出发了！
This police does not take kindly to any form of disrespect. Respect to this officer and the royal guard. It's astonishing how these parents let their children touch the royal horses like it's a zoo, but if they get bitten or stepped on, they'll be calling for the horses to get punished. Where has common sense gone?
Sorry, mate. Yes, it should be a 11 o'clock down there, yeah. Yeah, on the raceway, yeah.
This disrespectful tourist hit the royal horse and ran off, thinking he wouldn't get caught but received instant karma. The officer saw him and rightfully reprimanded him. He continued to disrespect the officer by looking at his phone, but the officer wasn't having any of his nonsense.
Every so often they do some changing of the guard and the horses. I was being a bit silly. So every so often the horses come out and then they go back in again, and then new horse comes out with a new rider. So they have a rest and they get some sleep to sort of sleep.
Please step back away from the horse.
Here you go.
Yeah. Leo, Robbie. Leo, Robbie.
Yeah.
Sleep. Let's sleep. Let's sleep.
He was looking for trouble by initially disrespecting the royal guards. The royal guard rightfully put him in place, and then he backed off. If that wasn't bad enough, he tried to start a fight with 2 armed police officers. What is wrong with people? He used his boot to warn the tourist not to get too close to him. He then moves his horse back out of concern for the baby that the parent keeps putting in the horse's face. He cares more for her safety than she does.
Yeah, we're both fine. Well, we'll leave you be and we'll speak to you later. Bye! I'm gonna go in that hole.
This royal guard had enough and put his foot down because he was done with all the pictures and selfies.
Oh.
Touch my ring.
Fucking hell, mate.
Kids. Exactly. Very rude. You just kids.
This entire family disrespected and disobeyed the royal guard's request to not touch the horse. The child even went as far as swearing at him. They need to be taught manners.
Thanks for everything, God! Stand clear of the King, God!
This royal guard had enough of these disrespectful tourists. These grown men are supposed to be mature, but they act like undisciplined brats. They kept on disrespecting and mocking the royal guard until they were removed by the police officers. Never mess with this female royal guard or get in her way because she is not afraid to put you in your place. She can't stop harassing and tormenting the Royal Guard and his horse. The police had no choice but to get involved. The Royal Guards don't deserve this treatment. These youths disrespect an off-duty guard and try to take a picture with him, forcing him to use an emergency gate to get away. All credit to the Royal Guard for maintaining his composure. She was yelled at 3 separate times by the Royal Guard and just refused to listen. This tourist was so arrogant that the police had to get involved in order to stop her disrespectful behavior. She disrespected the Royal Guard and came back 3 times. He yelled at her, but she didn't listen. Children show more common sense than these adults.
This is extremely intense right now. There's a load of people following the Coldstream Guards right now. I've never quite seen it like this before. And again, they're not being escorted by any police, so they are by themselves. Now, these people are active military, and obviously no one likes to see them being impersonated. The police officer just there was giving a very stern look towards some members.
Members of the public need to be kept behind barriers to prevent such awful behavior. They repeatedly disrespected the Royal Guards by imitating their actions, but the police were not pleased with their antics. An officer stepped in, stopped them in their tracks, and rightfully put them in their place. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to support our channel. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.